Hey, what's up, MGEs? So this is a quick video on kind of marketing 101. It's in response to a question of like just how do I advertise? How do I know where to advertise? You know, what advertising works? And there's no generic answer to that question because what makes your advertising effective and your marketing effective is understanding who you're actually trying to talk to. At the end of the day, marketing and advertising is finding the right people in the right place, putting the right offer in front of them, in a language and with a style and personality that makes sense to them, so they want to buy from you. So in order to be able to answer those questions you see on the screen there, I use a simple process that I call the sales stack. So I'm just going to take you through that in this video. Okay, so that's the sales stack there, from vision through to brand. The reason I call it a stack is because you build it in that order from the base upwards, and by doing that, the answer to each of the questions that we pose for each of those levels in the stack helps you answer the next level. So each stage informs the next. So it all starts with vision. Like you really, and this just goes to your business overall, you really need to understand what type of business are you building and for what reason. What is the driving ambition behind your entrepreneurial endeavors? So you can see on the screen here, I mean, there's just some examples. Some people just want to cash, you know, whether it's just to create a revenue stream or they want to be super rich. You know, if you want a big scaled business that's going to make you millions or billions of dollars, that's a different business that you're going to build compared to the one like immediately below that, the girl wandering around in the surf. It's obviously built a business that's based on creating a lifestyle for herself. Top right, you might be wanting to have a business that creates, gives you the opportunity to be a real craftsman or a master of your craft. You're happy to turn up and work every day and love the work that you do, and without any kind of massive ambitions around wealth or growth. You might want to create something that's a franchise that can serve lots of people in a consistent manner all around the world. You may want something that supports your creative endeavors, like, you know, being an artist or whatever. Or maybe your business is something where you're trying to bring about real change and impact the world in a positive way. They are all different, very different drivers, very different motivations. And so it's important you understand what that end goal is for you, because that will, to a large degree, determine what type of business you're going to build. All right, when you understand what you're aiming at, the next question is, why is that important? Why is this particular business area important to you? You can see there, you know, someone loving coffee, or someone that's obviously driven to heal, someone that wants to share their art with the world, someone that's driven to teach, someone that's driven to serve people. Those top two pictures, the heart and the washing of feet, for me help define what purpose is, which is where something you love is performed in service of other people. That's the sweet spot. That's the place where it's both satisfying in the short term. You know, you love turning up to work because you're doing something you love, but it's also sustainable because you know that it's having a greater impact. There's something that's a need inside us that we're driven to fulfill, this desire to contribute and to be a part of something bigger than ourselves, and to serve our community, to serve our social networks. So understanding why you're building the business is the next step, the purpose. When you understand those two things, then the next step is to understand what is it that you're trying to achieve for the customer, or, you know, what's the output of your business activity that's going to be evident out there in the world. And this is the thing that you can kind of look at and measure. So for Profit Society, ours is that we help people start and grow highly profitable, socially conscious, purpose-driven companies where people love to work. That's a very specific articulation of the end goal. You know, we can, at the end of the day, at the end of the week, at the end of the month, at the end of the year, it's easy for me to say, well, are we doing that? Have we helped people start and grow businesses? And are those businesses profitable? Are they socially conscious? Are they purpose driven? Are they places where people love to work? I can test the efficacy of my work against that mission statement. So, you know, in these examples here, it's things like build homes, educate people, bring couples together, improve people's mobility and health and fitness, bring fresh water to wherever. Very clear, measurable outcomes. So the service definition then defines the how we go about achieving the ambitions of our mission. And so for this slide, I've used the example of the young couple in love up there. So let's say the mission is to help couples fall in love or to stay in love. The service definition, how do we go about helping couples fall or stay in love, can be achieved through a range of different activities. So on the top right there, there's books. You could write a book such as The 5 Love Languages, helping people understand relationship dynamics better. You could create a dating website like eHarmony that helps couples find each other and test out their attraction and compatibility. You could run a florist shop or a florist empire and kind of help people get better at expressing how they feel inside their relationships. You could do counselling for couples that are beating each other up, like in that middle picture there. You can run a counselling or therapy service. Or you could run something like couples nights and networking events. So all the different pictures on this page represent different ways that each of these entrepreneurs could go about achieving the same mission. But it's what is it that you can particularly do that you can bring to the table to achieve that mission. Moving beyond this slide's not moving forward. So now it's time to move on to the specialty. So your specialization is where you take the service that you have to offer, but really dig down into some aspect of that makes it less competitive or potentially, hopefully, have zero competition. And so this is really what sets you apart from your competitors, and in your advertising and messaging makes you stand out where they don't. It really allows you to connect with the client at a much more helpful level, because if you're a specialized service provider, it's easier for them to decide if you are or are not what they're looking for, and quite often it comes with a higher price tag. Well, let's have a look at that. So it can be geographical, where you provide your service might make you stand out from other people. It could be that you work with a specific client group, such as the example there, same-sex marriage couples getting married. If you're a celebrant and you really drill down into that niche, then that makes you stand out, makes it easier for customers to understand that you are the right person for them. It might be that you use specialized equipment that's not so accessible for other people. You could have a highly specialized set of skills, like a surgeon compared to a general practitioner. It could be something about your service delivery systems, that like McDonald's, it's fast food, or that you deliver to home, or that you've got some particularly fast turnaround, or that it's I'm thinking about IKEA furniture, easy to assemble in your own home, that kind of thing. Or it could be that kind of at the luxury end. I mean, we're looking there at $100 hamburger. I just made it $100, but you get the idea. There are $100 cheeseburgers out there that set themselves apart because they've got these incredible quality ingredients, and it becomes a point of interest, and people kind of are drawn to do something different. So your specialization is so important because it sets you apart. Typically, this is a spot where, as a business coach, I constantly struggle with having to bring people, my clients, into the idea that this is actually the answer to a lot of their problems, because every business owner thinks everyone is their customer. Oh, I'm a personal trainer. Who doesn't need PT? Everyone wants to be fitter and slimmer and healthier and whatever. And that's very true, but then your marketing, trying to put that out to everyone, becomes really hard. Hey, want to be fitter, slimmer? If you're marketing to everyone, you're marketing to no one. So it's really important to be able to drill down into that niche, that personal trainer that can say, I work with women in their 50s who are struggling with weight loss. Very easy to now put out marketing message that talks about that, and you can aim it directly at the right client group. And so let's move on to that last slide. Which is brand. So welcome to brand. Now, there's 1,001 books written on branding and marketing, etc. But for the sake of this video, let's just talk about brand as being the personality and the lived experience of your customer. What is it about your business that they're drawn to kind of in an emotional level? So there's a couple of things. People think about branding as like, oh, pick your color schemes. Definitely do that. Find something that feels attractive for both you and the customer that would make sense to them. But then also let's look at the personality types represented on this page. You have this beautiful, fun, celebratory, colorful lady doing something up there, throwing ashes around or something, or a serious, safe, very secure, dependable kind of military guy. The super clean, neat, organized desk there, a cozy, cup of cocoa by the fire kind of vibe, the healthiness and the just that sort of vibrant, natural energy that you get out of this shot with the avocados or whatever. The bookish, educated, I feel like that lady there is going to give me dependable information, or prestige and luxury represented by that black Mercedes there. They're all very different representations, and you connect with them on very different levels. So if you imagine, like the example before about the personal trainer targeting women over 50 who are struggling with weight loss, one of these kind of feels here as an example is going to resonate with them best. Perhaps it's the avocado, perhaps it's the fun lady in all the colorful gear, maybe it's the bookish person. But the idea is there's a way that you can represent your business that's going to make sense to the customer. Now, the flip side to this, the important thing here is that brand has to be authentic. It has to be something that's real to you, that is how you want to conduct your business, and is the defines the people that you want to do business with, because otherwise turning up to work is a chore. So in some ways, brand is also about taking people off the table that you don't want in your life. If you don't want the type of customer who's driven by luxury and prestige, then the cozy cup of cocoa by the fire thing is probably not going to attract those people. So not only do you get the cozy cocoa by the fire type customers that are going to align with your bookshop vibe or whatever, but you're also not going to get the ones who are driven and motivated by the luxury kind of lifestyle. And that might work well for you. And conversely, you could flip that. So really important step, because it allows you, this is the point at which you step into the domain of the customer. And so now that you've created this sales stack, you've defined each of these elements, the vision, the purpose, the mission, the service, the specialty, specialization, the brand of your business. You now have an identity and a meaningful soul-driven identity in your business of this is who we are and what we're about and how we want to conduct business, and we understand the type of business that we want to, type of customer that we want to do business with. Now what happens is all of that informs that inverted upper triangle there, that we're now able to say, well, who aligns with our brand? Who are these women over 50 interested in weight loss that align with our brand of prestige and luxury. That we're going to have a particular client group that are the ones that have plenty of money and want to wear designer clothes, etc. Which is very different to if we're looking for the women over 50 who are struggling with weight loss, who want to feel cozy and safe and well informed. That's a different client group. So what we do now, the answer to who are my customers, are the ones who align with your brand, for starters. Who want your specialty, who want your the service that you have to offer, who believe in the mission, that you're out there for, who connect with the purpose of your business. Those are the people who are your best customers. Others might come and go, but the ones who align with this whole sales stack, they're the ones who are your customers. Where are they? Well, when you know who those people are, now you can understand where they are. You can find that segment in the marketplace. You know that, if I'm looking for this particular type of customer, this is where the sorts of places that they hang out. These sorts of people hang out in gyms, or these sorts of people hang out in, they're mothers and they're hanging out in mothers groups and play groups, or they're these customers are men who are interested in motorsports. So I'm going to find them at the Motorplex, or I'm going to find them in reading Wheels magazine. We can understand where to find them when we know who they are. And when we know where they are, we can understand what advertising channels and marketing channels are going to be best to reach them. Some people we know we'll find them on social media. Some people we know we'll find them on LinkedIn, not Facebook. Some of them we'll find on TikTok, not LinkedIn. Some of them we will find by doing letterbox drops in our local area. Some of them we'll find by putting billboards up on particular highway and commuter routes. Some we'd find by putting on TV ads at 4 o'clock on Sunday afternoons. Once we know who these people are, what segment of the market they are, we know what channels to reach them at. And then we understand what offers to put in front of them, and we understand the language and the imagery, etc., to put in our messaging. The answer to the questions of who, what to say, where are they, what offers are going to get interest and appeal to them. The answer to all those questions begin with your sales stack. So you got a bit of work there. Go and do the sales stack, and let me know how you feel about it in the comments below. Cheers.